Hi, guys.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the live. This is my first one in so freaking long. So, if you're here right now hanging out with us, I want to say hello and welcome to the live stream. I have the one and only lovely Charlee Rae with me today. And while she's introducing herself, I'm going to go through the hellos that are happening in the chat. So, Charlee, take it away.
Hi, I'm Charlee, or Charlee Rae Writes here on YouTube, and Charlee Rae Writes on Instagram. I am currently writing a sci-fi dystopian novel about an insomnia pandemic and a treatment that causes dream jumping. And I will be drafting today.
Yay! Oh my gosh, that's so exciting. What are some goals you have for today? Like, what would you like to get done?
That's a really loaded question, Taylor. I
I
would
know
love.
it is.
I am super behind my goal to finish this book in this month. So
That's
I'm
okay.
trying to play catch up today. I'm hoping that I can write around 3,000 words today. I don't think that's going to happen in the stream, but just.
Oh, it's gonna happen in the
Yeah.
stream. This exact stream.
That's a lot. That's a lot of pressure.
We will be here for as long as it takes. Okay, I believe in you. uh,
Thanks,
wow.
Taylor.
Well, hello, welcome to the live stream. Like I said already, but my name is Taylor, and you're here on my channel. So while you're here, if you wouldn't mind giving this video a like, I would really appreciate that. So other people can find it and see this video. But I make videos here on YouTube about reading, writing, my life, things like that. And I am also an indie author. This is my first book, Venture Below, and here is Book 2, Venture Beyond. It is part of a YA fantasy series full of action, adventure, fugitive princess, pirates, and a mysterious love interest. He's very mysterious, very hurt, very mysterious. And I am working on the second edition of the first book, Venture Below. The third book, Venture Alone, is in process, so don't panic. Nobody panic about it. It's okay. Draft 2 is completed and currently with Natalie Jane Shields. She is looking it over, and my priority is getting the second edition out. I don't know what I just said right then. But I am rewriting Venture Below completely, and I have re-outlined. I am so close to finishing the outline process. Me and Natalie are doing that together. And today I'm going to be working on chapter 5. So I have written the prologue through chapter 4 already, and it's flowing really well. I think I'm almost at 6,000 words. And my goal is to have this out by September. Actually, end of August. So, love that for me. Anyway. Hello, everybody. Oh my gosh, so many friends. If you wouldn't mind just putting in the chat what you guys are working on so that we can all keep each other accountable. And yeah, yeah, it's not just hot in the UK, my friend. It is also hot for both of us
Oh
too.
my
I
gosh,
feel like the whole world at this point. How
heat
hot is it
wave.
where you're at?
Where I'm at right now, it's 96 degrees today.
Ugh,
Yeah, and it's humid, so I will probably be an inside bird today. I'm
yeah,
not
no,
going outside.
100%. It is 85 now, so we've gone down a degree in the RV, like where I'm sitting right now. I just want you guys to process that. But the tea is my husband is working on the RV, so the door to our RV is gone right now. Yeah.
Oh,
And we have like this plastic that we use in the wintertime that locks the heat into the RV. So I'm using it to trap the cool into the RV. Not sure that's working that well for my benefit. But I'm doing my best, you know. I'm doing my absolute best. Let's see. Okay, Nicole said I unfortunately can't stay long. I'm going shopping with my family and boyfriend for my dad's wedding. I'm so happy, but I don't want to go out. That's so fair. I'm sure it's hot also where you are, but that's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm so glad that you could pop in and say hello to us. Hello, Evelyn. Okay, Lynn is answering emails, then working on Project Crips, which I'm so excited about. I love that. Okay, McKenna said outlining and researching Project Medieval, a new idea.
I love a new idea. I want details.
Tell us more. Tell us more, McKenna. Okay, Jess says, I'm working on book 2 in the Forgotten Kingdom series. Incredible. And yes, Crips is gothic adult fantasy. It sure as hell is gothic. I will tell you that much. It really is. Leah is stuck on rewriting chapter 10 of my political fantasy. Well, I hope you get unstuck during the stream. And same, Charlie, God, it's so humid. It's so humid. I checked this morning and it was like 80% humidity.
Oh,
how is that legal? That shouldn't.
It's, oh my gosh, I can't even.
Evelyn, finishing chapter 9. Okay, while we're chatting about the weather and updating everything, if anybody has any questions for us that we can answer before we get started with our sprint is going to start at 11:20, and we're going to do a 40-minute sprint. So we're going to be locking in, my friends. So any questions you have, go ahead and drop them now, and I will get to them eventually. Puerto Rico is 85, but feels like 97. I know Natalie was saying it was like 104 where she is, but it's also a very dry climate, so it's like a different type of heat, you know?
Yeah, I feel like that's more comfortable. You can, it doesn't feel as oppressive.
Like I feel like I can't breathe like at all when it's and it's not, it is hot, but it's not like, you know what I mean? It's the humidity, I think, that makes it so much worse. Okay, Ian is editing a vlog. Okay, we are set and ready for it. Gracie said, I'll be working on my first draft of my fantasy novel, just discovering drafting, so the main aim is to just keep working. I'll be happy with a few hundred words because I got about 600 earlier today. Okay, incredible. So proud of you for getting that far already. I can't wait to hear how it goes for you. During this stream. Yanni is brainstorming details for my new romance novel, Project River Oak. Okay. Okay, Holly is still working on outlining for a thriller. I love a good thriller. I love that.
Same.
They're so fun. Like, is even just, yeah.
Oh, I was just gonna say, is it weird that I find thrillers like just a cozy read? Those are my cozy reads.
Not cozy. I mean, I
love just like under a blanket, like on my bed, just like reading a thriller book
at night, specifically at night during a storm. Yeah.
No,
100%. I love hearing Cody talk about his project because his TAC is also a thriller, and it's very suspenseful, I will say. So I love hearing him outlining and like processing that whole story. Is very, very fun to see. Okay, Beth probably will do some beta reading. Very fun. Okay, I'm gonna read this one before we jump into that question. It gets worse sometimes. The temperature goes up to 115. No, Nicole.
It is so hot.
Sending you cool vibes right now. All of the cool vibes. I'm so sorry. Okay, so McKenna asks, how do you approach reworking Venture Below? Is it different from your normal revising process? Okay. What a great question, McKenna. I'm going to answer this quickly because it is just for me. Also, if anybody has any other questions, please drop them down below. Whatever it is, don't be afraid to ask. Unless it's weird, then maybe don't. And by weird, I mean like, I don't know. I think you can understand. Anyway, so reworking Venture Below, I initially thought that process would be me rereading it, adding comments, like how I normally do revisions is I will reread and I have like a highlighting like structure, if that makes sense. Like I very much have different colors for different comments, and if I need to fact check something, if I need to rework the entire paragraph or just a new word choice in a specific place, like I have a different color for all of that. And I set out to reread Venture Below, and basically everything I was like, I need to rewrite completely. So I couldn't even get through the first chapter, to be honest with you. And that kind of forced me to be like, okay, I have to rewrite. Like if I'm gonna do this, I need to do it right and not just like line level things. I can make the story flow so much better. I can give the characters more of an arc. Like I've just learned so much in the past few years about writing. I've written so much since I wrote this. So I feel like just the craft of writing in general, I've grown a lot in. And so then I ended up calling Natalie in a spiral because I was like, oh my God, I have to rewrite this entire book that is already published, and that is very nerve-wracking. And so we have been re-outlining this together, and we're keeping a lot of the major plot points where they are, if that makes sense. So like if a character dies, let's say, they're still going to die, and like that's still going to happen, but the way that it happens is going to be different, and the writing is different. I don't know if I'm making much sense, but it's just the whole thing is a lot more, I don't know, just well thought through. And I know the world so much better. I know the characters so much better after writing the other two books in this series. And I mean, I've written thousands and thousands and thousands of words in this world and with these characters. So it's just, I know it so much better, and I'm having so much fun. Like actually so much fun. Like I'm really loving this, and this story is going to be just incredible. So yeah, that's how it's going. I would love to ask you, Charlie, though, what does your revision process look like? Do you have like a read through process or like a revision? Because some people have like revision plans. So what is your process?
Great question. Well, seeing as the only thing I've ever revised is like a short story. Basically what I do with those is I literally I have the regular document up, the first version, and then I just rewrite it as I'm going through. But I think for Project Daydream, it's definitely going to be a much more thorough process. I'm thinking what I'm going to do is get like a physical copy, do a highlight method, things that I just like to mark things that I want to keep, mark things that I want to get rid of, things that are kind of clunky and need to be changed, just like the regular stuff, right? And then I'll probably do like a reverse outline and full rewrite. So it's going to be a really long and in-depth process, but I think I'm going to enjoy that because I find myself even now when I'm reading like published books going through and being like, oh, this is how I would have maybe done this like differently, I guess. And I feel like it kind of comes naturally to me to do that. So it might be a more enjoyable experience.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just talking to some other writer friends, and we're all like, drafting is, you're literally birthing this thing out of you and like pulling it out of thin air. So revising can be more, I don't know, I don't want to say rewarding, but I guess satisfying in a way,
Yeah. I'd have to agree with that.
Yeah. Different process, but I mean, we love writing. We love writing.
You do. It's just hard.
It is hard. It is hard. Okay, I already addressed that. Oh, I should be working on my fantasy novel. It's a dark academia vibe, maybe. Okay. I love dark academia. Yanni is making an already amazing book. Oh, she's saying me. Oh, yeah, that's so sweet of you. That's so sweet of you. Oh my gosh. Emily, I was just about to talk about you. Hold on. I'll come back to that. Put a pin in it. Okay, let's see if I remember. Miley, hello and welcome. Oh my gosh.
Thank you. I made an effort today, so I appreciate you noticing. Thank you.
Yeah, I was literally telling her that when we first got on stream. I was like, it looks so good. I love it. Okay, this question I'm going to start, and we'll come back. Emily. Oh, we have another question by Emily. I was just about to say, we were talking this morning, and she is also going to do like a reverse outline. So I was like, I really want to hear more about like that whole process and stuff, because I think that's kind of what I ended up having to do for Venture Below. Is the way I had my document was I can't really show you because there's going to be spoilers for anybody who hasn't read it, because people die in that book. So anyway, I had it split up between like the chapter number and then what happens in the original and then what happens in the new version. And so I did have to kind of reverse outline and put in what happened in that original version of it, and that was super fun. Oh my gosh, you look stunning. You look stunning. Okay, let's pop up to these questions though. We have like a few minutes here. Maybe we'll answer them a little fast so then we can, be on time for our sprints. But what is your favorite and least favorite part of a book to write, either plot structure wise or an element, say dialogue or subplots or something?
Okay, so I think my favorite is writing visuals and descriptions. I feel like I just have more natural ability, so it's a little bit easier for me. And my least favorite part is probably dialogue, but only because sometimes it just feels unnatural. Like it's just hard to think of how someone might say something when I'm not actually talking to another person, I guess. That makes sense.
Yeah, no, that's totally fair. I think I'm going to say the exact opposite of what you said. I'm learning to enjoy description, but I really struggle. I feel like it doesn't come naturally to me, or I'll go too poetic and I have to kind of reel myself in. And I don't know, it's a hard balance. And it depends on what character's head you're in. Like, one character could be very poetic in the way they see the world, while the other is very cut and dry. So that also it gets in my head. But with dialogue, I feel like, I don't know, like I say it a lot out loud and like try to like get in. I don't know. I really enjoy getting into the head of my character. So that's my take on it. There was something else I wanted to say. Something else. One of my favorite parts is the structure itself and like coming up with the story and like all the crazy things that happen in it. Like if you've read the Venture series, that's true. And I also love a good twist and a cliffhanger. So those are always my favorite.
Yeah.
I love leaving people with just like, hello, like.
I just want to add one quick thing.
Yeah.
One other thing that I really love to do when writing, as far as like what you were saying, like elements to add in.
Yeah.
I love leaving just like the most subtle hints and clues for like what's gonna happen later down the line. It's just so fun to me.
It's so fun. The little Easter eggs. Ugh, my favorite. Okay, Holly asks, do you guys deal with imposter syndrome and how do you get past it? I will say I do have a video where I talk all about imposter syndrome. So if you want to know my thoughts on it, go check that video out because I talked about it, I think, for like 40 minutes. So it's a very expansive topic. But Charlie, what about you?
Yes, I absolutely deal with imposter syndrome, like on a regular, daily, hourly, minute, second by second basis. Literally just this morning I was thinking, is this the worst thing that I've ever written? I think so. The only way to get past that is to just keep working on it, in my opinion. Like just keep going, keep trying to improve, keep like working on your craft, and making those like small micro improvements over time are really going to add up, and you're probably always going to feel that, and it's just something that you have to learn to get used to, I think.
Yeah
And just not letting it stop you from
let it drive you instead of paralyze you, which can be, it's very hard. It really is hard. I talk a lot about it in that video, but something I do want to say is like I very much use the idea of like trying to view yourself as you view a friend. And so if your friend accomplished this thing, would you be reacting with, well, you're not really qualified? Like, well, that wasn't really that good. Like, no way. Like, if your friend had done this, you would be over the moon, like cheering them on, so excited for them. So I don't know, maybe start changing that to view yourself the way you view somebody you love. Like that was a pretty big theme in that video I kept kind of going back to. And I stand by that. And it really helps me when I'm questioning myself or feeling like I'm not good enough or whatever the imposter syndrome thoughts can like make me spiral about. And I'm like, well, if Emily was doing this, or well, if Charlie came to me and said she did this, I would be so proud of them. So like, why am I not proud of myself? And then even if I don't feel like it, I do try to celebrate because I know my friends would celebrate me, and like you just be your own friend in a sense. Okay, Emily asks, what is your go-to hack for getting out of a slump? Cute. Easy question. I say sarcastically.
Okay, I was gonna say, speak for yourself.
Oh, really quick, Alyssa is here.
Hi.
So hello, friends. Okay, back up here. Sorry, I got distracted.
Oh, do you want me to go first?
Yeah, for
Okay.
sure.
Oh God. Okay, so I always, I guess like watching inspiring talks really helps me. Like then it kind of gets me motivated. It's like almost like a kick in the butt to kind of get moving on things. Also just like reading a lot in the genre that I'm trying to write in also helps too. If you read a really good book, at least for me, it motivates me to want to write more.
Yeah, I would say the like to oh God, to like actually get out of the slump, girl, you're gonna hate that I'm about to say this to you, but you gotta write.
Yeah.
It's so difficult, but
There's that too.
even if it's not in your project, I mean, just keep the muscle going. Like if it's poetry, if it's, I mean, hell, if it's a short story, just something to keep that creative spark going. Maybe even if it's not writing, maybe if it's just something creative. And I know it's such a hard spiraling like cycle, because it's like if you're in a bout of not feeling creative, then you'll just like it can lead to like depression and like feeling like ugh, and like sometimes the best cure for that is to be creative. And so it's like you have to put that action in, and that's like the hardest part, because it requires discipline and like motivation, even though like what even is that? Like what actually is motivation? Because I've never felt her. I've never met her in a day in my life. So I mean, as hard as it is, like just start like I guess fall in love with writing again. Like make it fun. Like stop putting that pressure on yourself to make this the most perfect, incredible thing of your life. Like you could do that later. Especially because I know you're drafting right now, Emily. Like screw that. Like just have fun. You're discovering the story. Like remind yourself of why writing is so fun. As hard as it is, because damn it, it's hard. It also is so much fun. You know?
Yeah, just like remove the
Yeah.
expectations, I think, around it too. Like don't set a goal. Don't like pressure yourself. Just do it
Yeah.
for the fun of it.
And I'm saying that also to myself, also to myself, because I really feel the pressure generally, like knowing what I'm writing right now is going to be published and like be perceived. And there is pressure to that. And also being on YouTube and posting updates and trying to like, I don't know, like accomplish these things. Like you have to remind yourself, like you're a person first and you are passionate about writing second, and then YouTube. You know what I mean? So it's like you have to remind yourself of those things and like stay grounded. But yeah, also it is time for us to sprint, but I will rapid fire through these comments because I don't want to like have to catch up after the sprint. So okay. Hold on. Okay, we already said hey, we already said howdy. Just finished up a writing sprint, but I guess yeah, you do, girl. You do have to do another, Alyssa. That's so real. Be your own friend is key. 100%. Rachel, hello, love. Hello. Sorry, y'all. Very interested by your answers, haha, because I'm deaf in a slump. Yeah. Oh, good morning. Good morning, Kayla. Currently about to start the third draft of my novel, and I was scared to start from memory. Any advice? Okay, I'm gonna star that, my love, and we'll come back. I knew it. You knew it. You already knew, girl. You already knew. Okay, let's see. My way to get out of a slump is to sit down and force myself to stare at the document. Yes. Jason has such a good point. Also, hello, Fred. Needed to hear that. The worst. Well, that's why I'm here. As another Emily in a writing slump, I'm feeling really called out right now. We are in it together. We are. Like, trust me, I constantly, writing is ebbs and flows. And I will say my last little nugget before we jump in. Okay, I'm going to say it so fast. But when we did go to the writing retreat and being able to see in real time other writers actively like banging their head against the wall, and also be like, this is so hard, like this is so grueling, I'm kind of having a hard time getting started. It felt so comforting to be like, oh, I actually am so not alone. Like all of us go through this, you know what I mean? And there is so much beauty in the sense of like you're not going through it alone, and this is so normal to go through these ebbs and flows. So that's my 2 cents. And girl, it's time to sprint.
I think so. I need to get these words done.
It is time to sprint. And yeah, it's a 40-minute. It's a 40-minute, you guys. I hope you're prepared for that.
We can all do it. We've got this.
We can do it, you guys. We can do it. Oh wait, what is let's say? So what's so funny is me and girl, lock in, Alyssa, lock in, babe. The funny thing is we were like fully yapping like up until like the last nanosecond before we had to start streaming, and I was like, what if we just like kept talking? Like, who's gonna stop us? Like, it's fine. I will say, while we are sprinting, if you do want to procrastinate, you can drop some questions in the chat and I will be sure to star them so we don't lose them. And in our next yap session, I'll be sure to bring them up. Okay, that's enough. I've been yapping. We have been yapping for too long. I've been procrastinating, if we're being honest. And that's it. We will see you guys in 40 minutes. Everybody, good luck. Hey.
How'd you do?
I did pretty doggone good. How did you do?
I'm like mid-sentence, but so far I've done 1,091 words.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yes,
I
good script.
got 1,160.
Woo!
So we're flowing. We're flowing.
We are.
I love that. Okay, how did everybody else do? Let us know. Let us know what you did, how your word count is, etc. I will say we have a lot of friends here and also a lot of questions.
I
So
love questions.
I figure we will get started. Ooh, should we do last lines?
I mean,
Last
can
lines?
I do the last line that I finished?
Yeah.
Because I'm like mid-sentence. Okay.
Yeah.
So my last line is I've never been good at this part.
Ooh. What part? Now I want to know. I'm like, what is
So
it?
my my female main character is currently taking a verbal beating from my male main character because she made the mistake of not trusting him in something, and it almost cost him his life.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
So she's like internalizing like the fact that he's like basically yelling at her, and like it makes her feel really bad, but she's also been stressed, and it's just like a confrontation she's not really used to. So
Oof. Mine is explain what? And that's on last lines. My female main character is also getting a verbal beating, but from her mom.
Oh no.
Yeah, like this little bit up here, she's like, Mother, you have to let me. I am your queen, and you will address me as such. So it's very like, oh, it's not good. It's not good. It is not good. I mean, to be fair, Adelaide really fumbled the bag. Yeah. And so she's basically trying to be like, you have to let me explain. And she's like, nope, not gonna let you. Oh my gosh, so many friends. Holy crap. Okay.
Yes.
380. Also, hello, Tias. Hello. Oh, Gracie hit 1K for the day. Woo-hoo. And that's okay, Leah. I hope it ended up working out. I hope it ended up working. Unlocked a good bit of magic world building and started plotting Act 2. Brainstorming. Brain wasn't working, so worked on many book cover ideas instead. We love to see it. Love it. So I got about 12 words before I was asked to go on a run. Go run around and do other things. That's okay. 12 words is 12 words. Read first 2 chapters in my beta read. Good job. I skipped ahead to the climax epilogue. LOL. Rumi and I watched Phineas and Ferb. Love that. Love that. I went to the coffee shop and got a bagel and a Lotus. Ooh, that sounds so good. I'm actually so hungry right now.
Me too, actually.
Oh my gosh. Got worried for a friend and then managed to write 252 words, but I'm not happy with it and I don't know where I should go with this chapter. Okay. Unsolicited advice. Maybe like think through in the next sprint like what you would want to happen in this chapter. And I 100% like understand like writing and actively being like this is so bad. Like there's no way this is good. But then I usually read it back and I'm like, "Oh, that was nowhere near as bad as I thought it was." So I'm sure it was fine, Leah. I'm sure. You're so real for that, Lynn. Trying to figure out what makes my villain tick. Yep. I ended up getting no writing done, but I did dive into video editing. Ooh. Popping in to join for the next sprint. Hello, Katie. Oh wow. Explain what? It just reminded me of Sarah from Hocus. Yup. No writing, but I'm currently working on a progress nonetheless. I'm not even gonna attempt to say that word because I don't want to be disrespectful because I can't pronounce anything. Okay. Phineas and Ferb is the best comfort TV. You can always count on Candace. Facts. Okay, we're gonna pop up to these questions. Okay. Let me make sure. Is this the first question? No, we have this question. Okay. Currently about to start the third draft of my novel, and I'm scared to start it from memory. Any advice?
I think that this is going to be a question better suited to you since I've never actually written a third draft.
I'm dying. Well, okay. This is normally my flow with drafting. Draft 1 is get the crap out of my head, write the story. It's gonna be poo-poo. That's fine. Draft 2, depending on what needs to happen, that's usually developmental, and I'm okay with getting rid of quite a bit. Oh my gosh, I just realized Focus is still focusing. Okay, stopped it. It was on break, and I was like, oh no, we are on break. So yeah, my second draft, I like for Venture alone, I ended up deleting, I think, 45,000 words from it. And so I anticipate that being like really hefty. And then for draft 3, I usually do a reread first. And that's where I use my like color coding system. And then that's really helpful because as I am making those changes, or if I'm rewriting certain scenes, I already know what that past version of me that read it saw as the problems, if that makes sense. So I have a video all about like line editing, which I use my highlighting template for if you want like a more practical breakdown of how I do that. But that's kind of what I do. So I don't know, maybe I recommend doing a reread before you actually get started with draft 3 and leave yourself comments, jot down some notes as you're reading it, just so it is still active and like fresh in your mind.
Yeah, I would say that's good advice. I wouldn't know. I wish I had a good answer for that, but I've never done a third draft, so no idea.
Yeah. And which draft are you in right now?
First.
Still first? Yeah.
I've never finished a first draft either, so this will be my first time. So I'm like,
that's so exciting. You're gonna be over the moon. It's so rewarding. I'm so excited for you. Ah, that is so cool. How close would you say you are?
I think if I could keep up this pace, it might be done like either like June 30th or like the first week of June or July, I mean.
That's so soon.
Yeah, I haven't been doing a whole lot of writing in the last couple of weeks just for personal stuff.
Yeah.
But I've got a plan to rectify that coming up. So
that's so exciting. You're gonna finish it and be like, wow, I need to do this over and over again.
I already know I'm gonna cry just because.
Yeah. I still cry at the end of almost every draft, to be honest. So that's very valid. Okay, next question we have. I would like to try writing, but I have no idea where to start. Any advice for a beginner?
Yes, I have advice for this. So I would say that to start writing as a beginner, I think that it's a good idea to try writing short stories. Start with something small, like maybe 500 to 1,000 words, then try to write a longer short story, maybe work your way up to 10,000 words, just so that you have the like plot structure really cemented in your brain. You could even watch like movies and pick out the plot points in the movies, like, oh, hey, yeah, that's that beat kind of thing. And then just start, like really just start. The only way that you're going to do it is if you do it. So.
Yeah, that is so true. I mean, there's so many, writing is so much fun, and you have to accept that you are a beginner and it's not going to be perfect. This process is probably going to change as you develop as a writer. And so experiment. I think now is the perfect time to experiment with different things. Like if you want to have a more plotted structure, if you want to pants something, like I think a short story is a great place to do that, just like Charlie was saying. So try different things, have a couple different ideas brewing. Pinterest saves lives, and I stand by that. And also I recently picked up Save the Cat. So I fully stand by like you learn the rules to break them type of a thing, and like how you can really use them for yourself and take bits and pieces of it, like that type of thing. And this book really helps with structure of a story. So if that's something you're concerned about, maybe pick this one up. I literally just got it. So, I mean, I read the introduction, that's it. And I'm more so reading it because I am having a problem with the third act of Venture Alone. And so I wanted to read this just to get ideas and not necessarily like reshape and change the entire way that I plot, or like, you know, like not that reason, but also just because I want to keep learning. But I do fall under the category of like, if I learn too much, I can get paralyzed, and it will force me almost not to write because I'm hesitating at every sentence and being like, well, is this executing like this tip that I heard? And like, oh, like, is it doing this thing? So I learn and then I just like put it away. And I try to like shove it away, like out of my mind, because I really fell into that when I was writing Venture Beyond, and I was crippled for a few years.
Yeah,
So,
that's a good point though.
yeah.
Like for me, it's like watching too many craft videos. Then I'm just like, wait,
Same.
is that how they said to do this?
Yeah. And it's really nice to, I don't know, I think I view it more like I'm curious how other people do it, or I'm curious about what is, I don't know, I don't want to say like ideal, but like what's being taught, what's being like put in books and being taught, you know, like in colleges and things. I find that really interesting. But also, you have to know you are still in control of your story. You are still so unique to so many different things. And yeah, not take it as like, this is the only way I can do this certain thing. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, baby. Okay, Gracie, are there any particular books that you really admire the voice or craft of? I love to get more into studying the craft of other novels, but I don't want to lose reading for fun. It's a tough call. Mm. 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 Do you
Okay.
have any recommendations?
Okay, so that's a really great question. I really like I feel like I have like a wide variety of books that I admire, but for different reasons. Like I really love how Alex E. Harrow told the story of 10,000 Doors of January. That's like one of my favorite books. I love it so much. But then there's books like Panchik. Oh my gosh, I cannot.
Pachinko?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Where it's just like, I don't know, like the voice, the way that it's written. I don't know. Those are two good examples. I just really, I don't know. I like that kind of writing.
Yeah.
But they're totally different, like on different spectrums. I think.
Mm-hmm. No, I completely agree. Alex E. Harrow, she wrote The Six Deaths of the Saint, which is my favorite writing of all time. And I really admire her storytelling capabilities and how in
Such
less
a
than
storyteller.
30 pages, she made me feel more for those characters than I do when I read like some 800-page books. Like that's
Yeah.
a superpower, you know? And I really admire her. Even some romance books, I like to just see, I don't know. I think maybe as you're reading, just asking yourself why. Like, if you feel a type of way as you're reading this book and you're like maybe infatuated with this male main character, like this fictional man, maybe being like stepping back just for a second and being like, why? You know what I'm saying? Or like, if you really are feeling centered in the location or the setting of the story, asking yourself why. Like, why did this stand out to me? What is this author doing that I really am liking and enjoying? And that could be a good balance of still reading for fun, but then observing why you're getting this reaction out of the book.
Yeah. And there's also nothing wrong with reading a book twice. Like if you
Yeah,
want to read it for fun through one time, do it and then go back and study the craft. Like that's also an option.
100%. Okay, moving on. We have favorite writing tools and routines. I'm relatively new here, so hi, hello, and welcome. We're so happy to have you. Yeah, what are your favorite writing tools and routines?
Okay, so I love Scrivener, obviously. It's a good writing tool to have. And that's really the only writing tool that I use on a regular basis. But my writing routine right now is a little scatterbrained, but the best writing routine that I've ever held that I'm trying to like re-implement myself into is my 5 a.m. writing routine. So I basically just get up and write until I have to go to work, and then I write after work. And that's pretty much the gist of it. Try to read an hour a day, and that's my whole thing. So
Wow.
I'd say that that's probably my favorite. Yeah.
Yeah. I love that for you. I could never. You're a superhero. Writing tools, I also use Scrivener. But I actually prefer to, okay. So I'm currently sending chapter by chapter of Venture Below to a few friends, and I edit in Google Docs. So that's been a little interesting, just for me. I also don't have spell check turned on. Hello, truck. Jeez. I don't have a spell check turned on in Scrivener because it like stops me. It stops the flow of writing. So in Google Docs, I still have it turned on. So that's usually where I'll like fix things up and whatnot. But I do use Scrivener. I also love Google Docs. I think there's nothing wrong with writing in like Pages or something. I just like how I can stay organized with like POVs, what's happening in my chapters, like that type of thing in Scrivener. I really like that. I like color code like each character. So it's very easy for me to see like whose chapter is what, how many chapters this character has, etc., etc. And Scrivener is just very expansive as a tool. So it's up to you to like determine how much you want to like utilize it. If you just want to use it like Pages, go for it, you know? But it does cost money. So something to note. It does cost money. And then as far as a routine, I don't have one. I basically like writing, YouTube, that's kind of my full-time gig right now. And then like my husband and I travel full-time. So I guess considered I'm a full-time author. So with that, you'd be like, oh, you have structure, you have routine, you have all this time to write. And that's the problem is I can procrastinate all day. That's so fun. But a huge help for me is just calling my friends or doing live streams like this. That really helps to the point where like sometimes I have a hard time writing if I'm not buddy reading or like doing like, you know, a buddy thing with somebody else. And it's very fun. So I'd say just reach out to somebody, even if it's a co-working session and they're not even a writer or writing. Like yesterday, I'm pretty sure there was a lot of us who just were like working. Like I was video editing, some people were writing, like just get together, just reach out. Community is a huge help, I guess, to like stay productive and stuff. Next question. Have you ever tried journaling? If so, what do you think about it?
Yeah, I've tried journaling. I try to journal every day, like in the morning, just to kind of like get my scatterbrained thoughts out on to paper so I don't have to think about it when I'm writing my book.
Yeah.
I also just use like a bullet journal to keep track of things. I like it. It can be really helpful, but also it can be a time waster if you're not like getting anything out of it. So I feel like it's one of those things where it works for some people, but not everything isn't for everybody. So if it doesn't work for you, then it doesn't work for you.
For sure. I journal if my brain feels crowded. I think I've definitely tried to be like a journal girl and like journal every day about my day or like whatever's happened and stuff. And like it never really worked for me, and that's okay. And so it's usually when I feel overwhelmed or overstimulated or something's off is when I'll journal my thoughts out. But I do like to journal.
There's also like different types of journaling too. Like I journal every day when I'm traveling, just like say, this is what happened. These are the people I met. These are like some things about the people I met kind of thing. And, you know, just things like that. But it's a different type of journaling than for feeling.
That totally makes sense. Yeah. Okay. Do you prefer long or short chapters? I'm guessing this is in terms of writing.
Yeah, I think for me, I have a tendency to write longer chapters, but sometimes I don't have that much to say about like a scene. So I'll write a shorter chapter and just kind of like sum it up. Basically, it just depends.
Yeah, mine mine tend to bounce between 1,000 to 2,000 words. So I would say I err on the side of shorter chapters because it's what Natalie calls potato chip chapters. And it just keeps you munching. You're just like, well, one more. It's only like 4 pages. Like I'll just keep going. So I do like to write shorter chapters, and it is very satisfying to just like constantly be like, oh, one writing session and I'm done with this chapter. Like that's really satisfying. But for some reason in this version of Venture Below, my chapters have been pretty long for me. Like 2,000 is usually like the max that I'll go. And a lot of these front chapters have been almost 2,000 consistently. So I just got a lot to say, I guess, in this draft, which is fine. Okay. How many whips do you have active at once / how long is your whip list? Ugh, girl, it's endless. It's endless. What about you?
I only have one active whip right now, but I have a few on my whip list. I feel like I have a lot of ideas, but I don't always like hold on to them, if that makes sense. Like
Yeah.
I pick it. I'm like picky and choosy about which ones I will want to write.
No, for sure. Do you have like your next project lined up?
Yeah, so that's going to be Project Reaper, actually. And I think I told you about this in the last live that we did. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That one's I'm really excited to start working on that one, actually.
Sorry, I'm counting my ideas. Yeah, I'm excited about that one. You guys are gonna have to go watch the stream that we did on Charlie's channel to see that. But yeah, I have a to be written Scrivener doc, and I have like a different thingy, whatever, for each project. There are 28 projects potentially for me. So when I mean endless, I really mean it's endless. Yeah, there's 28 in there. Actively right now, I am working on Below, obviously. I am working on Alone, I would consider, because it's, I mean, even though it's on pause, I'm working on that. And then Project Close, my romance project. I'm still in draft 1, but I return to it every once in a while. So those are the 3 that are active right now that I'm like actually in the meat of the story or in a drafting process, if that is making sense at all. Yeah, okay, I got through all of the starred questions. Woo! Okay. Let's see. Let's scroll down a bit. Oh, my God. Some of them are very like, oh, I want to do a Pride and Prejudice retelling. No plot, no thought, just vibes. And then some are very intricate, like my dragon one I just came up with. Like I already have the world building mapped and like that type of stuff. So I mean, they ebb and flow, you know. Aw, yeah, that was so much fun. Hello and welcome. Hello. Okay, I'm just coming back up to. Oh, where were we? Where did we begin this? Hi. Yeah, I constantly cry when I finish a draft. Save the Cat is amazing so far. I mean, I've only read the introduction, so I can't really speak too much on it. Let's see. Reading it twice. Yeah, there's one book I'm in the process of reading. I'll get it. I'll show you guys. Ooh. It's called Orbital.
Ooh, I like
and I'm like halfway through this, I think. And the writing, oh my God, it's so good. It's so good. And I'm a big annotator. Like I always have a pen when I'm reading, and this book is so good. I couldn't even annotate it.
Really?
Yeah. Because
it's beautiful.
It literally was like every line I was reading had me gobsmacked. Like I was like, I can't, like I'd underline the whole book at this point. So I am definitely going to reread this one and intentionally pick out like, you know, what I actually am really inspired by, because it's so beautiful. Oh my God, it's so beautiful. List just keeps going on. Yes. to be written to. Yeah, 28. Yep. Okay, how detailed are your outlines, like one-liner or much more?
So my outlines don't exist because I'm a pantser.
Yep.
I'm a full-on headlights writer. I have an idea, maybe like a first line or two, and then like a vague picture of the ending, and I literally just start writing. Like
Wow.
That's
impressive.
Yeah. It's like really, really challenging though, because in the middle, the ideas for what's going to happen next always come to me as I'm going, but it's sometimes really difficult to see if I take one direction, if I will be able to make it back to that ending that I have in my head. It can be kind of challenging.
Yeah. I can so see that.
Yeah.
As far as me, let me see if I can read you one of my chapter outline points. Okay. So sometimes I wish Natalie were here, dude. Like sometimes mostly it's notes to myself as opposed to like actual heavy detail, and it'll be normally like this is like, okay, so chapter 1, I'm just going to read this verbatim. This is chapter 1 of book 1, so hopefully no spoilers. So this is Adelaide. Her leaving Terran's place and the guards catch her leaving. This convo. What the plan is to find the sanctuary, what it is. Adelaide was being followed and the guards grab her as she's leaving the cabin, question mark. They take her to the queen, question mark. The queen is pissed, in all caps, LOL, hee hee ha ha. When the sedative is ready, drop it in the, and then I put like a quote of like something I think could be said, and that's all I have for that chapter. so like I do give myself like points to hit, but I feel like I also kind of pants the chapter at some level. Like even the chapter I'm writing now went in a completely different direction than what I had given myself points for. But it's just I'm following the characters, I'm following the story and the flow of what's happening. So I give myself more than one bullet point, but yeah, not very many. Okay, let's see. I've got about 7 whips and then about 3/4 to be written. Okay. Wait, 7 active whips?
Okay, that's a lot.
Do you mean active? Or is 1/4 of them active? I'm gonna need some more details on that one, Rachel. I'm gonna need some more details. How is your copy of Orbital so thick? It looked okay. I will say it looks thicker on camera. It is still very thin. It is very thin. Cancers unite, Charlie. I get your plan. Oh, Larry's here. He says my chapter outlines range from a few sentences to a full notebook. It really depends. Like if I see it so vividly, like there's a siren and I fear they're coming this way. I have never heard that one. Oh.
Don't you wish it was a mariachi band?
I do. I actually do wish it was. But yeah, I totally agree. Like sometimes if I see it super vividly, another one? Brother, what is happening? Then I'll give myself like a lot of detail. For the most part, the detail I do give myself is like dialogue. Like if I'm seeing the conversation, some chapter outline, another one?
Something's going on. Something's happening over there.
That was the 4th one. Another one. Nope. Yeah. Yep. It's the outline balloon. Oh my gosh. Oh, gotta eat lunch. Dude, as my stomach is growling right now. That is a good way to segue to another sprint.
Yes.
I'm feeling because we yapped so much, maybe we do a shorter one. What are our thoughts?
That's fine with me.
I'm thinking maybe
I am thinking about lunch.
Yeah, me too. No, you're good. I'm thinking a cutesy little 25-minute.
Sure.
You know, see how much we can get done. I feel like we were really productive. Okay.
Oh,
in
for
that
sure.
last one. So we deserve not 40 minutes again. Oh, hold on. Kara! Kara! Hi, love. Welcome, welcome. If you guys have not checked out Kara on Paper, go right now. Go subscribe. Go check her out. Show her all the love and support. Okay, we are about to hop on to our next 25-minute sprint. Let me pull this up. I am a professional. Share screen. I'm an adult. Okay, there we go.
Sorry, Taylor, you're so funny.
Oh, there we go. There we go. Got it. Okay, cool. Awesome. Love you guys. We'll be back in 25 minutes. If you do have any questions, maybe like shorter ones for us when we get back, because we won't yap as long because we're all hungry. And yeah. Okay. See you in 25. Good luck.
I love your little dances.
Hello, hello. How did it go? How did it go for everybody? Charlie?
Great question. So I wrote. It went okay. I felt like I was slowing down for sure, but I did get some good words. Like 523 words.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah. How about you?
Very nice. I feel the same way. I finished this chapter, which was my goal, and I got 400 more words in, and then I had a granola bar and changed my shirt. That's about what I did. What about last line?
Oh gosh. Okay. Actually, I left off on the morning sun threw a haze of creamy pink light over the rubble.
Okay, creamy pink white.
Light.
Love. Light. Oh,
Yeah,
love.
creamy pink
Love,
light.
love, love. Wow. I love that description.
How about you?
The guards carried us off to the dungeons without another word of resistance.
Ooh, okay.
Yep, nothing crazy happening in my book.
It sounds like
Evelyn said only 147 words, but I'm so close to the end of this chapter. Dude, you're killing it. You're killing it. I love that. Lynn, I returned and I'm brainstorming office decor. Let's go. Office tour?
Please.
Office tour, Lynn?
That would be awesome.
That is very cool. Yes. Yes. We love to see it. 269 words from Rachel. Hello, hello. Welcome, Katie. We actually are just wrapping up, but we're so happy to have you with us. Just read a few pages once dinner was in the oven. Very nice. Okay, Katie says, I'm working on my novel, almost 50,000 words in. That's incredible. Congrats.
Awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, literally, congratulations. Speaking of reading, fave books you've read so far in 2025. Ooh. Oh, bye. Have a good weekend. Thank you for hanging out with us. Yeah. Favorite book?
Gosh, always hit me with the hard questions. So like the only books that I've actually read from like start to finish this year is I literally read the entire Akatar series in a week.
Oh my gosh.
I was having like a really slow week at work, and so I just read. I binge read the series. I wouldn't say that it would be a favorite of mine though. I'm kind of like I wasn't really sure how I felt about it.
Yeah.
So that's a really hard question for me to answer because I don't really know how to answer that.
Yeah,
and
that's okay.
Yeah, I don't even know like which one would have been my favorite either, so it's hard to say.
I feel like I've read a lot of pretty good books this year. I would say the one that is standing out to me in this moment is The Poppy War by R.F. Kuang. I really, really loved that book. I actually read it in a 24-hour reading vlog that you could see me spiral about it in that video. But I really, really loved that. I just recently also read The Sorrows of Young Werther, and I loved that book. Yeah.
Can I change my answer?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, of course you can.
Because I totally forgot about all the audiobooks that I've been binging. Yeah, so I actually like listened to The Ninth House. I would have to say that's been my favorite so far this year.
That's on my list. So I love to hear that you enjoyed that. Also,
Yeah.
hello, Ari. Hello, love. She just posted a new video. So everybody after this, go skirt on over to Ari's channel and watch it. I'll give you guys time to, look at her beautiful face. Go subscribe to her if you're not subscribed yet. Okay. Oh, nice. That's awesome. So excited to have you, Katie. Okay, we have a last line. There's nothing else I'd rather be doing than just being here with you.
Oh, that's so
I love
sweet.
that. I love that. Miley has an unfinished sentence that I left for myself a month ago. With the help of other gods, maintaining a strict separation of what, Miley? Of what? I love that. That's so valid. Okay, Dream Teller by K.D. Shade is in my top list. A standalone fantasy novel from a debut author. Okay, I already have GoodReads pulled up, so let me go add that to my TBR. Okay, cover. What a sleigh. Okay, added. Okay, do you think having a platform is essential to become successful? I published 3 books that haven't sold, and I feel like it's my fault for not marketing them a lot.
So as someone who is pursuing traditional publishing, this is a difficult question for me to answer. However, if I feel like if you aren't marketing your book, no one's really going to know about them. And so it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to have a platform, though. Like, you could market it in different ways. You could do like Google ads, or even just have like an Instagram page where you advertise them, or Twitter or something. Like, it doesn't have to be like an author tube platform, I think, if that's not something you're comfortable doing. But we could always use more authors in the author tube space. So
Yeah, of course, 100%.
it doesn't hurt.
And I do agree. Like, I don't know if I would use the term essential, but it is a great tool. Being able to have a platform, whatever you feel comfortable with. Like, if making videos is not something that you're drawn to, if it's a blog, if it's something like Substack, if it's just somewhere where people can, I don't know, kind of see the behind the scenes of your stories, that could be fun, as much as it would be a great marketing tool. But just like Charlie was saying, like, there's so many other ways to also advertise. Okay. Correction, I tried publish my first 2. My publisher did a really bad job marketing them, basically. Oh, then I'm so sorry. I hate that for you. I really do.
Yeah,
That's
that's
so
rough.
hard. Like, I'm indie pub, and so it all falls on me. Like, I know I'm not marketing well, but I mean, I don't know enough about traditional publishing to like really, I guess, I don't know. I don't want to say anything that I don't have experience with or know any knowledge of that, but yeah, that's pretty hard. I'm sorry. But why don't you drop the names of your book here, and we can all go add them to Goodreads right now, if you wouldn't mind sharing them, because we will support you, my friend. We will support you 100%. Yeah, that really sucks. So let's market them right now, baby. Let's market them right now. Drop them in the chat. Drop them in there. Okay, Katie said, I have a book channel here on YouTube, and I've been slowly adding in writer type videos and vlogs to help interest grow for my first novel. 100%. And also, it's very fun to be able to look back on your experience, writing your first novel. So I love that. That's so fun. That's kind of how it started for me, but I had already come out with Venture Below, and it was me working on my second novel that really was like, oh, I feel like this would be such a cool way to keep myself consistent, and then also, post about it. Like, that's so fun. Yeah, that sucks. You did deserve better. I'm so sorry to hear that. I'm waiting on those titles, Evangelina. But we are going to be ending soon, so if you want to drop that before we dip, do you really want to quickly like let the people know where they can find you, Charlie, and how to support you?
Yeah, so you can find me here on YouTube as at Charlee Rae Writes. If you could give me a follow, that would be super, super awesome, because I'm so close to 500. Like, I'm literally 12 away right now, I think. So
Yeah.
that would be super awesome if you did. You can also find me on Instagram at charlie.ray.writes. And that's pretty much the only platforms that I have. On YouTube, I make like writing vlogs, and I don't really like to do the like craft videos, because I feel like I'm not qualified. So don't watch the ones that I've put out, please. Watch the vlogs.
Oh, no.
I just feel so awkward. I hate doing them so much. So I just don't feel qualified. And then I'm just like, I feel like I have to say the right things, and then I don't I sound like robotic, and it's just not.
They're
They're
great.
not.
They're
Yeah, but they're
great.
not fake. The vlogs are.
Everyone, go
The vlogs
follow,
are
go
better.
subscribe, go like, go comment, go turn on post notifications. And yeah, we love you, Charlie. We love you. Thank you so
Oh,
much for
thank
joining me today and for
you.
writing with me. Yeah, my name's Tay. Hey. If you wouldn't mind giving this video a like, just to like, I don't know, like one like equals one brain cell added to our brains after writing this much. And also if you're not yet subscribed, I don't know, maybe like consider subscribing. That could be really cute and fun. I did just post a new video. It's a summer reset. I update on my writing. I do a cute little spread. I pick my TBR. I go through my Pinterest board, which now I'm considering like actually doing like a Pinterest tour because I have 39,000 pins. Like I'm
Yeah,
a,
that's a lot.
I have a problem with Pinterest. So I would like, I could do a tour of my different boards. I don't know. That could be really, really fun. Yeah, definitely drop them in the comments, my love. So she's going to drop those in the comments. So as soon as this ends, return back, get those books added to your Goodreads to be read. And we love that. We want to support you so much, my friend. Yeah, it was so good to see you too. All right, guys. We love you. Have a great rest of your day.